Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in the world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live stream of Alexandra Mayer's Live, page by page reading and commentary of the Bible. So today we are going to go into the book of Leviticus again. We're up to chapter 24. I know it's taking me a while to get through the book of Leviticus. I do have to say that this particular book of the Bible, as of current, is far from my favorite. But as we go through each chapter, as we go through each book of the Bible, you'll see when I really feel the vibe of what I'm reading versus what I don't. You'll be able to hear it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the modern English version of Leviticus 24. The tabernacle lamps. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring to you pure olive oil beaten for the lamp, to cause the lamps to burn continually. Outside the veil of the sanctuary, in the tent of meeting, Aaron shall arrange it continually, from the evening until the morning before the Lord. It shall be a perpetual statute in your generations. He shall arrange the lamps continually on the pure gold lampstand before the Lord. And keep in mind, everything that we're going into, um, at least for the most part, does relate to the tent of meeting, which is essentially a temple or a church that was put together by Moses for the for the Israelites. And what's interesting about this tent of meeting is that's where the Ark of the Covenant was housed. And that was a direct communication device between humans and what they perceived as God. The bread of the tabernacle. You shall take wheat flour and bake 12 cakes. 2/10 of an ephah shall be in each cake. You shall set them in 2 rows, 6 in a row, on the pure gold table before the Lord. You shall put pure frankincense on each row, so that it may be on the bread for a memorial, a food offering made by fire to the Lord. Every Sabbath he shall set in order continually before the Lord, with the portion taken from the children of Israel by a perpetual covenant. It shall be for Aaron and his sons, and they shall eat it in a holy place, for it is most holy to him, of the food offerings of the Lord, made by fire, a perpetual statute. And for those of you who are just now tuning in, Leviticus is actually a continuation. I'm sorry, Leviticus 24 is a continuation of Leviticus 23. And Leviticus 23 goes back into what today we would consider holidays that are being set forth to the Israelites directly by God. All right, we have someone in the chat right now who is not being very respectful of the content of this particular live stream. You'll get one chance if you would like to stay here and keep up with the content of what we're discussing here, which has to do specifically with Christianity and the modern English version of the Bible. You're welcome to stay. But if you deviate from what we are talking about here today, in order to bring up things that truthfully in the grand scheme of life and humanity don't matter, then you need to leave. Have some respect. To continue. The punishment for blasphemy. Now this should be interesting. The son of an Israelite woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel. And this son of the Israelite woman and the man of Israel fought together in the camp. And the Israelites' woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord and cursed. And they brought him to Moses. His mother's name was Shalomith, the daughter of Debri of the tribe of Dan. And they put him in custody so that the words of the Lord might be shown to them. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Bring outside the camp him who has cursed, and let all who heard him lay their hands on his head, and let the entire congregation stone him. You shall speak to the children of Israel, saying, Whoever curses his God shall bear his sin. Whoever blasphemes the name of the Lord, he shall surely be put to death, and the entire congregation shall certainly stone him. The foreigner, as well as the native in the land, when he blasphemes the name, then shall be put to death. So, at this particular time of the Bible, God didn't want anyone talking smack about him at all. And the punishment was death. I'm sure that put a stop to quite a bit. Yeah. I'll always enjoy the Old Testament God a bit more so than the New Testament God. Now, I have not read the New Testament page by page, and I might change my mind later. But I do like a little bit of extremism when it comes to God not putting up with certain things. I can relate to that mindset. So let's continue. Whoever kills any man shall surely be put to death. Whoever kills an animal shall make restitution, animal for animal. If anyone causes injury to his neighbor, as he has done, so shall it be done to him. Fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. As he has caused an injury to another, shall it be done to him. I like that too. It's kind of interesting that immediately after they talk about anyone committing blasphemy and the whole congregation killing and stoning to death that person, they say, oh, but make sure no one kills one another. But I suppose to clarify, when it comes to Leviticus 24:17, if you kill somebody for no reason, then it's going to be done to you too. And this goes back to the golden rule: do unto others as you want done unto you. Let's continue. You shall have one manner of law for the foreigner as for the native, for I am the Lord your God. So Moses spoke to the children of Israel, and they brought outside the camp him who had cursed and stoned him. And the children of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses. So keep in mind that God at this point in time, or the Lord as he's also referenced in Leviticus, is still speaking through Moses to the people. All right. So Leviticus 24, I'd say half of it I found to be pretty interesting. Again, Leviticus 24 was a continuation of Leviticus 23 when it came to, God pretty much dictating what the holidays and celebrations and whatnot were supposed to be days of rest, meaning the Sabbath. But tomorrow we will go into Leviticus 25, which again reiterates what some of the holidays and celebrations will be. But it also, again, goes into the laws of the people when it comes to property, helping the poor. Oh, it's going to go into the laws about slavery. Okay, that should be interesting too. And hey, Grappler 6, good to see you in here. All right, well, that's it for today. If you're just now arriving, you can always listen to the replay of this. And I have an entire playlist of every chapter of the Bible so far up to Leviticus 24. And we're just going to keep going until we get to the end. So thank you, everyone, for joining today. Take care. Have a wonderful afternoon. Oh, and tonight, I have a special event planned. An acquaintance, more than an acquaintance, actually, but I'm not really sure how to define what role he is in my life at this moment, really. But someone I know is going to join me on IRL News Time on that channel tonight, and we will be discussing a situation of another longtime friend of mine. So it'll be around midnight if you're on Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But it should be a pretty good live stream. It's really a live stream that I will be co hosting more so than anything, providing that my special guest shows up and everything. But I'm looking forward to it. So I'll see you all tonight if that's something of interest to you. Otherwise, hopefully, I'll have a chance to come back here for some more Bible study tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.